Well, hello and welcome to this exercise on absolute value equations. And in this instance, we're going to have absolute values on both sides of the equation. Now, because we're dealing with absolute values, absolute value equations, we have to work with two related equations as we've got here. And we've got in the first equation, when you open up the absolute value parentheses, we have this equation here, or we can have this equation on the right hand side. So we've got a plus there and a minus there, and they are related. And of course, for absolute values, the values within the expression in the parentheses or in the brackets, in this case, the parentheses, can either be negative or they can have either positive or negative values. Okay, now dealing with the left hand side first. If we then move a half x to the left hand side, the sign will change and a half becomes 4/8 because 4/8 is an equivalent fraction of a half. Similarly, when we move the half from left hand side to right hand side, the sign will also change, and minus 4/8 is an equivalent fraction of minus a half. So we then end up with x/8 is equal to minus 9/8. So x then becomes minus 9. Now to check if you're right, if we then substitute minus 9 into the original absolute value expressions, we have that 5 times minus 9 divided by 8 plus a half is equal to 1 times minus 9/2 minus 5/8. And for in this case here, we'll have to change that to an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 8. So that then becomes 4/8, and that then becomes 36/8. So, and that's what we've got here. So we now have minus 45/8 plus 4/8, and minus 36/8 minus 5/8. We end up with minus 41/8 and minus 41/8. So that balanced. And because this is an absolute value expression here, the answer should be 41/8 is equal to 41/8, and that's correct. Now for the right hand side, similar thing applies, and if we move the minus x/2 to the right hand side, the sign will change, and x/2 then becomes 4x/8, because 4/8 is an equivalent fraction of a half, and this plus a half moves across the right hand side. Again, the sign will change, it then becomes minus 4/8, and when we simplify, we have that 9x/8 is equal to 1/8, and x is equal to 1/9. If we then check, we have that if we then substitute into the original absolute value equation, we have that 5/72, and our half is 36/72. That is an equivalent fraction of a half, and that's equal to 1/18, because we're multiplying 2 by 9 there, because x is 1/9. So 1/18 minus 5/8. Now to make the right hand side to have the same denominator, we multiply 1/18 by 4 and multiply 5/8 by 9. So we then have 5/72 plus 36/72 is equal to 4/72 minus 45/72. We then end up with 41/72 is equal to minus 41/72. And because this is an absolute value expression here, so the negative sign is actually a plus there. So both sides are balanced. So we're right. And I hope all that made some sense, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.